Questions for Joe?
Joe, Jalen, you look at the box score and you say, 14 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, but he's plus 30. He seemed to have like a big impact moving the ball tonight. What did you see from him?
Yeah, I thought he set the tone. Took 5 shots in the first half, but he made it a point to really push the pace to create 2-on-1s and find his teammates and be a playmaker of that in his defense. And so I thought he did a great job of that in the first half, facilitating, getting the ball where it needed to get to. I thought he set the tone with that.
And then Luke Cornett comes in at the end of the first, maybe a little bit of a chaotic start to the game, and things settle down and he starts making some plays there. Just to have him make some play, and then the pass to Derek for the 3 later in the game. Just it seems like you can go to anybody on the bench and find somebody that can make an impact.
Yeah, I mean that's the credit to the locker room and the expectation and the professionalism that they sent. But Luke's physicality was a game changer for us in the middle of that first quarter at both ends of the floor with him. He does a great job of playing off. He can play by himself. He can play with KP. He can play with Al. When those different lineups are out there, we take advantage of his defensive versatility. But he does a great job playing off the other guys on the offensive end, and kind of saw that with his screening, his cutting, and his passing, and his offensive rebound. So I thought his physicality really helped us there in his first stint.
What stood out to you about the way you guys defended tonight, 19% for them from 3, and also how connected the group was on both ends?
Yeah, we were definitely connected defensively. I thought our ball pressure was good. I thought our physicality was good. I thought we made them earn stuff. I thought our shifts were good. I thought the threes they did get off, most of them were contested. And so I thought we just played a well-connected game on both ends of the floor.
Speaking of Luke's cutting, that play where Kristaps is posting up and kind of or Cornett dives and kicks out for 3. What did that kind of say about like Kristaps and Luke's ability to play off each other in that double big?
Yeah, I mean that's the versatility, right? The KP, X, Luke, Al, Nimi, those guys can all play off each other. They do a great job. Sometimes it's a little slower because we're trying to figure out the coverage and the matchup and who's on who and how we can get to our spacing. But their basketball IQ and their skill allows them to play, and we can take advantage of that versatility.
And Kristaps said this morning he feels back in the sense of being able to play off teammates and just the familiarity with everybody, but the conditioning's that next step for him to kind of be back fully to himself. How close does he look to you in terms of being all the way back to himself?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's there. His body's adapting well to the games. He's playing a little bit more he was on pace. He played 30 tonight. He was at 28, so he's in that 28 to 32 range nightly, and it feels good. So I think he's getting there.
Before the game, J.V. Bickerstaff said that the Celtics team is one of the most unselfish teams that he's seen. Curious from your standpoint, do you feel like winning the championship last year has made you guys even more that way because everybody knows that it works? Or do you feel like the group that you started with last year already kind of had this mentality?
Regardless of past results, I think it's I think it starts with just the guys that we have in the locker room. I think it's important to know that we do have egos. We just put them in the right place. It's not that we shouldn't have them. We should have them as long as they're put in the right place. So I think it's with the character of the guys, and I think they have a trust and an understanding of what can lead to long-term success. And, I think you have to commit to that every day, and I think the guys, work to commit to that.
JB said before the game that even without Tatum, you guys just kind of play the same way. You created 48 three-pointers tonight. I think you had 34 assists, one of your highest all season. What goes into the consistency you guys have been able to have over the last couple of seasons when you're missing key guys?
It's just the locker room. I mean, I think it's really just the expectation and the professionalism. It's not an excuse. Who's in, who's out, has an expectation to do their job, has an expectation to win. But I think it's just them. They don't miss a beat because of their preparation, their attention to detail. And, when guys are out, you can take advantage of different guys' versatilities. With JT and Sam out, we played much more double big, and you're allowed to be more versatile with the Nimi, Luke, KP lineups. When you're in, it's difficult to get to those sometimes. So it's their preparation, their professionalism, and the willingness to just do their job regardless of what's going on.
Joe, it feels like we ask you about Peyton every game now, but he even stayed in at the end of the game there with some of the guys who are usually in Maine or don't get a lot of playing time. How much does he enjoy those moments? Does he ask to stay in those situations? Like, what is sort of the decision to leave him in there and just watching him sort of play a similar role with the starters and with those guys?
Yeah, I mean, he just loves to compete. So at the end of the day, I enjoy it. Teammates enjoy it. It's fun just watching him compete at a high level. He doesn't really play to a scoreboard. He just plays to compete. And that's a beautiful gift that he has.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks.